to Richards. Short, beautifully put away. First really bad ball that Chris Old has bowled. And Richards there so quick, making Chris Old look almost like a slow off spinner. Well bowled. Really good ball there from Chris Old. Richards beaten again.
That's safe and very, very fortunate for Vivian Richards. He started off for the hook there. I don't think it was all that short. Not short enough to be hooked. Batsman having a look at it now. It's not very far from that spot back to where Richards was batting. It was just short of a good length. Didn't quite mean that. That's beautifully fielded by Close. Beautiful stroke, a half-century partnership. It went through Brian Close, but it was hit very powerfully.
Woolmer to Richards. It's a good ball. Tossed high in the air by Alan Knott, asking for a catch. Brought absolutely no response from umpire Tom Spencer at the far end. It's a useful ball. It cut away quite sharply off the pitch. He misses very little, that's short of a length. Barely cracking that through mid-wicket. Each time any English bowler has dropped short to Richards, he's in position so quickly. All the time in the world to hit this ball well in front of square. Short again. He must surely learn his lesson. He's never bowl short to a West Indian batsman, particularly on a slow pitch such as this. Early sting has gone out of the wicket here now, and it looks absolutely ideal for batting. 33rd Test match this for the little left-hander up the far end, and he really has got a fine Test record. Average is almost 52 in Test matches. Short again, and similar sort of treatment, and another boundary. 3 times now Bob Woolmer's dropped it short to Richards, and 3 times he's put him away through the identical position. It's a good on drive too by Richards. And each time Bob Woolmer has strayed from that necessary length and line, Richards has been so quick to put it away. Takes 3 there, which brings him on to 50. Keeping up this wonderful run he's had in Test matches. But short, pulled away again. And Richards has never yet missed out on this short ball.
Shot, and pretty well fielded by Hendrick. He got the hand to it and took quite a bit of the pace off it. It's still going to go for 4, but he did well to get down to it and get a touch on it. It was a fine stroke from Richards. It's one of his most powerful shots today. Hit it on the up. Toss and 4 runs. Underwood not able to get to it, so 8 from this over from 2 spanking drives from Vivian Richards. Good shot. Beautiful stroke, that. A classic straight drive. That's 4 great shots in that over, not least of them that one from the last delivery. The full flow of the bat, and between the batsman and the umpire at the bowler's end.
West Indies winning the toss, 149 for 2. Kalacharan 11. Richards 66. Off the edge, thick edge, no chance, and that defeats David Steele down on the third man boundary.
Tony Greig has been plugging away just on and outside the left-hander's off stump. He's bowled quite effectively from this pavilion end. He's faced now with Viv Richards, who's looked to be in really fine form. He's on 72 now out of this score of 160. And hammered away mercifully through the offside. Really hit with tremendous power, and a feature of his play here this afternoon. Anything at all short certainly got the full treatment. Into position, beautiful into position, full follow through of the bat. Richards on 79 facing Greig. Quite where he intended it. Stood up a little bit. So it shows for David Steele. Cut it off, but there should be 3 runs here. No need to run for that one. Over pitch ball. Big wide gap there between the bowler and mid-on. Richards finds it, takes 4 more. His 14th boundary, and moves his score on now to 86. Oh, what another good shot. Really was a fine shot, that, half volley admittedly, but beautifully placed, perfectly put away by Viv Richards. Moving close to yet another 100. Going on the defensive here, a slip being removed, extra cover. Something more like a Sunday afternoon feel now. 3 on the off, 3 on the on. And that's short again, and it's getting the same sort of treatment. And quite incredible. It really is. 6 times he's dropped it halfway down, and 6 times he's been put away for 4. What a way to go to the 100. A really superb shot. Half volley, pitched round about leg stump. Fairly clattered again through that onside. So a magnificent 100 by Viv Richards. Bringing some more glory to the Antiguans, who are here in full support of him today. Century coming in 212 minutes, 17 boundaries in it, and quite an array of glorious shots. So already his 600 in Test match cricket, and his 5th since January the 1st this year.
Safe again through that gully area, and before runs was a no ball called by Tom Spencer as well. And the 100 stand comes up between Richards and Kalicharan. Oh, that's well bowled. I think he was going to give that the flash through mid-wicket, almost irrespective of where it pitched. Kalicharan is on 27. Richards, who has strike now, on 115. It's in the air, but it's quite safe, and it'll beat Underwood into the boundary. He really hit that one on the up. There's no waiting there for the half volley. He gave it a really good thump, and what a lovely way to reach your 1,000 runs in a calendar year. A great shot. What a magnificent stroke. That is the stroke of the day. Wasn't a bad ball. And he just hit it straight over the extra cover boundary for 6. Picked it up beautifully. Lovely free swing of the bat.
That's just wide. A great effort there. Would have been a stupendous catch if he could have clung on to it. Took off. Great diving leap to his right. Got 2 hands to it, and he's getting a very generous round of applause. Not only from the crowd, but from Underwood as well, who appreciated this great effort by Hendrick to try and snap up a really difficult chance. It again with tremendous power. And any England goalkeeper would have been proud of that dive.
Well, that is a very powerful position for the West Indians to be in. The loss of just 2 wickets. Fredericks caught Hendrick, bowled Gregg 42, and Greenwich caught Edridge, bowled Hendrick 22, and Richards 143 with Kalicharan 52. Kalicharan very definitely playing for tomorrow. He wasn't going to throw his wicket away this evening, and he kept the thumb right on Vivian Richards and made sure he continued to concentrate. And the overriding impression that I will keep from the first day of this series between West Indies and England is the absolute brilliance of Vivian Richards. I saw him play in Australia. He played magnificently out there towards the end of the series. I missed him in the Caribbean when he played against India. It's worth coming 12,000 miles to see him play again today and to hit an unbeaten 143. 274 for 2 the West Indians were overnight. Vivian Richards 143, that brilliant innings yesterday. Kalicharan was 52. Well, Tony Greig gave both John Snow and Mike Hendrick a loosener, 1 over each, before he allowed Snow to take the second new ball, and here he is now, bowling to Vivian Richards. Derek Underwood. 2 to Viv Richards to take him on to 150. And there's another 4, and it's a great shot. Could have gone over the top, just made it over the rope. Bowled. Didn't quite get it in the meat of the bat, but it'll just beat Brian close into the boundary. Takes Vivian Richards now on to 164. The total to 308 for 2, which means the 200 partnership is on the board between Vivian Richards and Alvin Kalicharan. Tony Greig now bowling to Richards. Oh, great shot. Beautiful stroke.
head went up there from Richards, and wasn't very far away from bowling him. Chris Holt to Viv Richards. No need to run for that either. Big gap through mid-on, over pitch ball, and Richards all the way through this innings has scarcely missed a half volley. That's short, and that's walloped around there. Underwood, just a chance. No, he can't beat it. Well, didn't quite middle that as well as some of the others, but it still goes through for 4.
Lovely stance and good grip. Beautiful method all told. And when he attacks, Brian close. That would have been very near, a very near thing for Richards. He's gone past the 192 now. That's his highest score in Test cricket, but it must have been desperately close at the end, with Brian Close coming in fast. Oh, yes. I think there would have been a shout for that.
But Kalicharan dealing with it very firmly, moving on to 89. Well, that's short, that's it. Friendly offering on 196 there, my word, by John Snow. Pitched it halfway down. And a tremendous performance this by Vivian Richards. 200 in a test match on this ground, following in the footsteps of the great Frank Worrell and Basil Butcher before him. 28 fours, so many of them with that pull shot or that hook shot, which took him to 200. 2 sixes as well, and of course his first 200 in a test match. And that's another friendly offering, halfway down. He hit that even more powerfully in that big gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. And that's a half volley. And just look at the power and timing of this really master batsman. 2 great hook shots, a half volley driven through the gap between mid-off and the bowler. And the challenge answered, and a terrific shot. 6 glorious runs right over wide mid-off. Well, that's Viv Richards' 3rd 6. Hit a tremendous shot yesterday off Derek Underwood. A very similar direction, that just a fraction straighter. And he's found it through the onside this time. Really another great shot, clipped away through mid-wicket. Runs absolutely flowing from his bat now. And just to show that every shot in the book is his, waited for it, delicate little late cut. And he takes 2 more. And in the middle of all that furore, the 400 has come up. And Richards has moved on now to 224. Shout for LBW, swinging across one, pitching, I would have thought, round about middle. But of course Derek Underwood has got to be able to straighten the ball up, bowling from that angle. And one doubts very much whether there's any spin at all in this wicket. That ball would obviously have gone on with the arm to miss the leg stump. And it's flicked away. No slip. Right close, short 3rd man having to run round to the field, and it's 2 more to Richards. He's down the pitch again, he's had a catch. No, it's over the top. Just clearing Mike Hendrick, not by very much, about a yard over the top, into the pavilion. see the footwork here, dancing down the pitch, full swing of the bat, the great follow through, hit low and hard, and just clearing Hendrick on the long on boundary. That's in there. It could be a catch this time. Gregg's there and he's made no mistake. Tosses it high. And Richards is out. Gregg mobbed there by the fielders. The first wicket to have fallen today at the end of a sparkling, a superb exhibition by this brilliant West Indian cricketer, Vivian Richards. Giving the bowler a chance in the end, looking for quick runs after he'd passed the double century. And caught by Tony Gregg, no bother at all on the long off boundary for a truly magnificent 232. And adding his name to the long list of great West Indian cricketers we've seen in this country since the war. Weeks, Worrell, Walcott, Sobers, Lloyd and now Richards. And one can only think we're going to see a lot more of him in the future. 4 sixes and 31 fours in a stay of just over 7 hours. Highest score of his career. And this is how he finally departed. Having hammered Underwood for 3 sixes, tries his luck again. And Tony Gregg stationing himself on that long off boundary, absolutely determined he wasn't going to drop that one. So that's the third West Indian wicket going down, the score on 408, and what a